record this though.
With Mike and Joe.
You catchy, right?
I dig it.
Oh, Mike's gonna hit somebody. Pillow.
Dang it, now I don't have a pillow.
Now you got no pillow. That sucks for you.
That does suck.
All right, welcome to The Shift with Mike and Joe. I think this is episode, I should have checked before, but
33?
I'm 33?
Or 32.
It's either 32 or 33.
Crap.
One of the two.
All right, we got to redo this whole thing.
No, we're good. Let's keep going.
kidding.
It's
All right.
episode, we'll say it's 32 and a half.
I'll look it up while you talk.
All right, sounds good. And we got Egg.
Hi,
We got Chef Egg.
Chef Egg.
Man, dude. So, quick backstory. Egg and I went to college together, and we lived in a house, and we terrorized our roommates unintentionally. I mean, it was,
We were pleasant, I thought.
yeah, we were pleasant. But yeah, dude, it's been about 21 years since I've seen you. And
It's good to see you.
you too, man. And it
You
feels
guys
like
are old.
yesterday.
You guys are so old.
Yeah. Mike, you're like 4 months younger than me.
It has only been, I don't know, like 10 minutes since I've seen him. So
Do I look the same?
you look pretty similar, yeah.
Pretty
Actually, for some reason, the picture Joe sent, I was expecting you to be Asian. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm gonna look at that picture.
When I'm smiling and
Sounds kinda
pictures, my
racist,
eyes
Mike.
don't open up all the way.
it was like the color too, like I don't know. I was like, this dude's gonna be Asian, and then you walked in and you weren't.
No, very
You're not
un-Asian.
I
Asian.
should
at
totally
all.
start doing that. Like, send Mike a picture of a totally different person. Like, hey, I got this person to come on the podcast. His name's Bill. And I'll send Mike a picture as like some totally different person when they show up.
Well, the guy that came in last week, I thought was gonna be you, and so I was real confused because he was.
What's up, Egg? That's not
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to call you. Do I call you Egg? He was like, yeah, that's cool.
Like a name. So.
And then I realized it
Okay.
was like,
Anyway, man. Yeah. So Chef Egg, dude, you were telling us lots of stuff about, the past 20 years before we turned the cameras on. But can you give us a little bit of a rundown of, what you do for people who may or may not know?
Sure. So I teach people how to cook, and I do that several different ways. But I love to teach people how to cook. I found that in my journeys in the cooking world, regular people don't know how to cook for themselves. They can't support themselves in the kitchen. They buy food out. They spend tons of money.
I'm guilty of it.
All the food is wickedly unhealthy. And I was like, well, if I can teach people how to use knives, how to saute things, how to steam things, I can give them a better lifestyle.
absolutely.
And it's like really, really simple, fundamental cooking skills that I learned in culinary school. Because that's my background is culinary. I also am a musician. So I was like, well, let's do something cool. Let's be in front of people because I'm a bit of a attention taker. But within that, how can I give of myself to people? So for the past 20, 25 years, I've been teaching people how to cook. So I do it at colleges and universities. I've traveled with the military all over the world doing,
Oh, wow. Cool, man.
just like cool cooking projects. Do the TV in Baltimore and DC where I'm from, and just having a blast doing it. And when I'm not doing it, we talked about idle hands. Like that's when I get all low and down and But the minute I have a cooking class, I'm ready to rock and roll. So
Nice.
when you find your niche, going to talk at colleges and going on TV, just like cool stuff. Have my
Right.
schedule changing all the time. But the one thing I'm not allowed to do is work in restaurants.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So while I can do catering and one-off parties and keep my hands, in the professional kitchen, working at restaurants will kill you.
Did you ever work in restaurants?
Yeah.
Before you met your wife?
Yeah, 14 to 26, I was in and out of restaurants the whole time. But that's just like, it's a losing battle, it seems like.
Dude, it's a rough life.
Yeah.
It's a rough
And
life.
it's only gotten rougher with how much things cost these days. And then I was like, well, I don't really like doing that work. I'm not in front of people. I'm not having fun. I could be at like an over 55 community. I could be at an elementary school. I could be at a college. I could be at, Walter Reed cooking with soldiers there. And that's by far more satisfying
I can imagine.
than just like putting French fries in a fryer.
Yeah.
Or even like cooking something back in a kitchen and then, someone else takes it out to the person that's going to eat it and you
Yeah.
never even see it. Okay, now it's gone.
You never get the gratification of seeing people learn to cook. That's,
Yeah.
but yeah, like getting to see them actually enjoy what you've created.
And, you know, chefs don't want to see that. Like, they're worried about the food in the back. Mm-hmm. You know, look, they're worried about breaking glasses. They're worried about food costs. They're worried about everything other than the hospitality of that and of the reaction, like you're saying, of the eating of the food. That's why you're at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Eat the food.
To eat the
smile.
food.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's why you got into cooking. Like, you enjoy sharing that experience with somebody, and all that experience is sort of drained away in a...
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it drained away very quickly. I love eating food.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So, like, I really like eating food. So I think the inspiration behind becoming a chef, I mean, look, I love to serve people, and that's very close to my heart. Like, being of service is part of the hospitality of serving food, you know. But the hospitality, I think, is more important than just the service of the food. It all really goes together. So I like providing people hospitality.
Yeah.
And I think I'm better able to do that in this line of work than just giving people food.
So when you do, like you mentioned colleges and over 55, do you like when you said college, it made me think, like, do you do like hot plate cooking? Or
Sure,
something, like
absolutely.
catered to what they would actually have,
totally.
kind of thing?
So, you know, college, I was just in Idaho, like 2 hours outside of Boise, like northern Idaho, University of Northern Idaho. And I get to these colleges, I'm like, how the hell am I in a cornfield with cows?
Right.
With like my
2,000 students.
with my chef egg stuff. Like, that is cool.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
That's
And it's the same thing, you know, when Joe and I were in college, they'd have comedy shows, and it was based on the students. So I get paid by the college. I've got an agent that books me at those places. They've sent me all over the country. It's, you know, really cool. But yeah, it's like, I ask them, you know, what's the mission? And sometimes they're like, we want them to cook, or we're having Asian Inspiration Day, or we're having, you know, it's we want a taco fiesta on Cinco de Mayo. And I'm like, cool. So either I or the school will set up cooking stations, cutting boards, knives, all the food laid out for the students. And that way I'm up front, and I say, all right, everybody, take your oil, turn on your skillet, pour the oil in, season the chicken, put it in, leave it. So we're all cooking at the same time.
Cool.
And at the end, we all finish at the same time. And I can go around and help them out. We can do demonstrations. So the learning aspect's really important. College kids, not just college kids, nobody knows how to cook.
Yeah, I think it would be
Like,
even worse.
I
for
can
college
cook
kids.
egg. All right. I'm pretty good.
I'm dead. I
made
believe you.
some smash burgers the other night for
Lovely.
Jen and Joey, and you'll be proud of me. I made like a Hawaiian burger for myself. They didn't want it, but I put
What is a Hawaiian burger?
well, I mean, I put pineapple on it.
Okay, that's fine.
A slice of pineapple and bacon.
Yeah.
And
I'm with
this
that.
really good sweet and spicy barbecue sauce that I found. Stubbs barbecue
Yeah,
sauce. And Joey, my son, actually found these cheddar ciabatta. Is that how you say it?
I'm down with that. Yeah, that sounds
Dude.
great to me.
It was top notch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure you could probably do it better.
No. So the thing is,
I just had to
it's not.
defend my
People are always like,
cooking
"Oh, well, you're like I'm not the greatest chef. I'm the greatest chef egg."
Yeah.
So like a few years ago, I was like, you know, you're looking at other chefs that look Instagram, and you know, that just blows your mind. You know, there's a lot of talented cooks out there, and if you're in a kitchen every day and you're making really high end food, it's like being a musician. If you're playing great gigs in stadiums every day, you become a great stadium rocker. And I was like, well, I can't compete with Jean George, and I can't compete with this. I was like, but nobody can compete with being the best chef egg.
Yeah.
So that was like my focus, is like, and I think being the best chef egg is creating really great food and doing all those things, but it's making the personal connection. That's the most important thing, because when you make a personal connection, people remember what you say.
Yeah.
And whether it's knife skills or sauteing or, you know, a smash burger lesson, if I teach it, you're going to remember how to do it later.
Yeah, that personality resonates with people for sure.
And there's something to be said for like giving people the basics, how to cut an onion, how to, you know, these types of things that like seem maybe intimidating to people, but like, you have a firm grasp on how to do these things, and you could transfer that knowledge. What do you think? Like, it seems to me like more people would cook now because of like YouTube and all that stuff, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Like, what do you think are like the reasons that people are scared to cook?
Sure.
And did they always? Was this always? It's this new thing, right? Would you say? Or
I think it goes back and forth. I think food is, people want gourmet food all the time right now. And as much as people say that we're in a recession and we're in the economy's not doing great, like, people are still ordering a $15 burger and paying $30 to have it delivered to their home.
Yeah. Right.
And to me, I'm like, I'm never doing that. I'm never doing that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't think that you would, or any.
But it was like the amount of money that goes out is ridiculous. But it's there, and the option is there. So the more options, people get lazier.
So convenience, is a big one.
But if I can teach you how to use a knife and how to saute something, you can make 25 recipes from that.
Yeah.
Hell, you can make 1,000 recipes from that. And it's just a matter of people don't want to do what they don't want to do. And I talk to people, I say, why don't you cook? And people say, well, money's an issue, resources with pots and pans, sharp knives and stuff.
But the money's like ridiculous because they're spending.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that stops people from cooking is fear.
Yeah.
Fear that they're going to hurt themselves.
Biggest thing that stops people from doing anything, right?
Hurt themselves?
Yeah, with knives and fire and flames. I mean, it's very tactile cooking.
Yeah.
So people are scared to pick up knives. And if you're scared to pick up a knife,
that's wild,
you're
dude.
not cooking.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Right.
So I do knife skills classes. I work through, one of my clients is a health department in Maryland. And these people they have obesity issues, they have hypertension and diabetes issues. None of them cook.
Yeah.
So how did they get all these issues?
Absolutely.
They ate out. I mean, that's a prime example. I teach them, we do a hands-on knife skills class for about an hour and a half. And these people are like rocking after that.
Nice.
And they don't have fear because they were taught the right way.
Yeah.
The safe way. People will always go back to what they know, but I'm always there like, no, cut this way. We do this because it's safe. And then you can do this forever.
One of the videos I was watching on the way here, you were, I think it was, I don't know how old it was, but I did notice you were cutting a pineapple. Yeah. And like you were, had your fingers like that.
That's the bear claw, baby.
And the icon, it was like bear claw tactic or.
Yeah, bear claw, grr.
Yeah.
So I make people do that. So like, I could be in a hospital with a bunch of doctors, and I'm like, all right, everybody, put your bear claw up and go grr. But they remember it. It's a teaching tactic.
Yeah.
But once they have it, I mean, to be in Johns Hopkins in Baltimore City and to talk to these doctors that are providing life-saving treatments for people on a daily basis, and a lot of them are food-oriented.
Yeah.
Right. And
you mean the problems that the people are having?
Yeah. And the doctors don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, you don't know how to cook? How can you? And the doctors were telling me, we don't tell people how to live their lives. We just fix them.
Right.
When their lives get messed up.
Or put Band-Aids on them.
Yeah, well, that too. And so in working with a health department and seeing the progress that people make just in their health, I'm not even talking about cooking gourmet. I'm talking about making really good food that tastes good, increasing fruits, vegetables, low-fat proteins. I'm telling people, like, eat some beans today.
And just just having not processed food. I mean, when my wife got into the organic, all the whole food stuff, and when we started eating that way, like, I wasn't like watching what I was eating, but I immediately dropped like 30 pounds.
Oh, really?
Just from eating, not eating processed stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, funny how that happens, right?
And I was eating as much, same carbs. Like, I wasn't like trying to eat less calories or something.
Well, I think that is my problem, is that I teach all of these things, but like, I can make a chocolate cake whenever I want.
Yeah.
And that's like, I like chocolate cake, but I'm an adult, 45 years old. You can't eat chocolate cake every day. Right. So to tell somebody who's 65 and taking pills for all these things that they have, are like, you can't eat chocolate cake every day. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, that's happened.
Right.
I'm like, no, you should have like some chicken breasts and some kale and some broccoli. Oh, I would never eat kale and broccoli. And you're like, well, that's why you're in this class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My big issue, I know how to make all this delicious food, and sometimes I get a hankering, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I eat too much food. Like, I like food. That's always been my problem. So like, even if I'm making a salad with kale and beans and chicken, like it's a trough of salad. Like,
yeah. But
I love eating.
But better to eat a trough of salad
Yeah.
than a $30 burger, you know? Like,
Well, I like a $30 burger too. Those are the best kind.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But you know, just telling people, oh, I love burgers. Like, cool. Like once every other month, have a burger.
Every other month.
Well, then they're like, I like cheesesteaks.
Come on, Egg.
And I'm like, well, okay. Well, once every other month, have a cheesesteak. So when I say once every other month, I'm lining up all the yummy things I like.
Yeah.
And I got to rotate through them every month and every 2 months. So like, I love pizza, but like, you can't eat pizza every day. Have it once a month.
I eat pizza like at least twice a week.
Yeah, I like pizza. The problem with me is I got the outdoor pizza oven.
Oh, yeah.
I got the,
I mean, can't you make like healthier pizzas?
Yes.
well,
you could,
absolutely, like
yeah.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
But also, how much is the fancy Neapolitan pizzas are $20-$30 a piece.
Yeah.
When you can make them for $5
Yeah.
with toppings.
Oh, I found
Like it's money in the bank.
Yeah, you're
learning how
saving
to
so
cook.
much money.
Yeah,
to cook.
yeah,
But the food's so much better. We have friends over. We just got our kitchen redone, so we got a nice big kitchen. Love having friends over. I mean, I don't want to go out to a restaurant and give them all my money.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, if I were in your position, I'd be having people over and cooking for them all the time because, you can. But yeah, speaking of homemade pizza, I found it's probably still not the healthiest thing, but at Food Lion right here on Cat Island, I found those pre-made pizza doughs. You know, it's like in a bag, and made a pizza with that, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, the pre-made doughs, but like I could give you a recipe for dough.
I see now that I would love to try that. Like,
And
to
like
actually make
if a
the
dough is $3 a pop, I'm making the dough for $1 a pop. So like it's just money making. I still get prosciutto and the arugula and the burrata on. So like the food's good, and that's something that I always explain to the people that I'm working with. People are on diets and they got to cut things out and they got to do all this stuff. I'm like, oh no. We can still make a smash burger, but we might make one patty, and we might have ton of vegetables on it, and like it's still gonna be delicious. You're still gonna get your burger fix.
Yeah.
But we had 4 ounces of meat. We had a slice of cheese. Like, we break it down for them. It's like we didn't have 8 ounces of meat, 3 slices of cheese, burger sauce, fried onions. You get what I'm saying? So it's like switching up the way people view the food. You can still have the things you like.
Yeah.
Just like be smart about it.
93% lean instead of the 80%.
Like the food, my rule is the food always has to taste good. So I'm not giving you.
People aren't going to eat it, right?
People aren't going to eat it. So I never bring up diets. I don't bring up. There's it used to be Atkins, and then what was the one after Atkins where you just eat meat all day? Keto and just all the things. I'm like, well, you do all that, but I was like, but if you eat a big fat kale salad with beans every day, and every once in a while you got a burger, like good salad.
It's terrible.
I make you a good salad, bro.
I don't like beans.
You like beans?
I don't know why.
Protein, fiber.
I don't know. I mean, there's a handful of beans.
You ever mix beans with bacon?
Navy beans? I can get down with navy
Black
beans.
bean quesadillas?
In
eat a lot of black
quesadillas
beans.
and stuff, I usually ask them hold the beans. I don't want that.
Okay, well.
It's the texture thing, I think. It took me some time to
They're
get used
kind
to
of like
it.
chalky. It's like I don't like that. Yeah, maybe it is a texture.
Got to be mixed with something else, and not too much beans for me.
But the thing is, like, don't go all hog on the beans. Have little beans and like have a little kale, and then you slowly
I like kale.
But you slowly incorporate these things into the food you enjoy. Like at the end of 6 months, like you are not denying yourself things, not doing that, but it gets back to, and all the work that I do, it kind of gets back to how I feel at the end of the day about it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And you play music for people, you probably feel great. You have a great time. Playing music's the bomb.
My back hurts usually.
You gotta lift up stuff. I got drums, and I'm a musician as well, so I'm lifting drums all the time. But you feel great. I mean, I played a gig a couple months ago, and just felt like $1 million like 2-3 days after.
That's awesome, man.
And that's the way my work has to make me feel, because if I'm not feeling that way, I'm not doing good work.
Yeah.
If you're not affecting people and you're not affecting people in a positive way, then I don't think you're doing your job, artistically speaking.
Feeling like shit greatly impacts, your performance no matter what you're doing, for sure.
And there's been some gigs where you're just like, the sound's not right, the people are talking over you.
Yeah.
And you do the best you can to get that check.
Right.
And at the end, you're just like, oh, they just paid me a bunch of money, but like the connection was not there. And that's like an artistic seesaw, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of artists go through that.
Yeah.
You get paid all this money to do something you were like, that was not worth. They paid me too much money. Like, I didn't give them everything.
Yeah.
I didn't make the
Certainly
connection.
happens.
Not even that I wasn't able to make a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes. I know I've asked you this at some point in our lives, but I don't remember what you said. So I ask you again. Where did
The name Chef Egg come from?
Where did the name Chef Egg come from?
I wanted to ask
Where did
him
just
that.
Egg, the name, when did you, when did
Sure.
that originate?
So usually I tell people go to my website, chefegg.com, because I put it in there. I grew up in Columbia, Maryland, and I was like the runt of the litter in the neighborhood. Just like the smallest kid, the youngest boy in the neighborhood, always hanging out with like the older kids, my older brother and older friends. And then if you're 8 years old, there's a 12-year-old skateboarding over there. Like, we're all hanging out. And they used to throw me up in the air at the pool, and I'd get in a little egg shape. And so there's one guy who I'm still like in touch with. Like, started calling me Egg. And like, there's just a stupid nickname I got in like elementary school from the older kids. They get into middle school, and you get into high school, and they're all there. They're like, Egg, Egg. So that was the name.
Yeah.
And I was into food, I was into cooking, and it was, literally when I met you in school, about 2000, that I was like, man, I got to turn this egg thing into something.
Yeah.
And I was a chef, so I just started calling myself Chef Egg, and I was making videos. One of Joe's buddies helped me get into their dorm. I made my first Cooking with Egg TV show.
Nice.
Who was that? What?
Sean.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know where that dude is.
Yeah, I
he was
don't
in the
either.
very first episode.
Yeah.
I think Juan was there too, maybe. And I did that as a independent study. So they gave me 3 credits to graduate.
That's super cool.
And the guy was like, I want to see a TV show. The professor at school, he's like, and we're going to show it in front of the whole major. So that's getting you your credits.
That's so cool.
He's like, can you do
How did
that?
I miss that? I must have been.
You were there. You were right there the whole time.
I was
Joe,
at
you were
the show.
in the video.
I wasn't
I know
there.
he was in the video, but like,
No, I'm just kidding.
I think we like wrote the script in his bedroom. Like, we were all there.
Dude, I hardly remember anything from those days.
And then from after that, I was just like, people just called me Chef Egg. I was at a job last year, and this older couple came up to me. This is like an over 55 expo. And they paid me money to cook for them. I was like, great. And these people were like, did you have a cooking show in Salisbury? That's happened a couple times.
That's wild.
And I'm like, yeah, that was like 2001. They're like, yeah, we loved that. That was great. And I'm like, you fucking saw that thing? Like, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Right,
but like,
yeah.
Where was it on like the public?
it was on
access or
public.
something?
I
right.
literally walked into
Yeah.
public access. I said, I want to make a cooking show. They're like, great. There's the gear over there. Have fun. Everybody, it was all, it all kind of came together. Like, to make this TV show, to have the resources. I didn't have any money.
Right.
I had no money in college. I don't like, some kids had money in college. Like, I didn't have any money.
Yeah, I didn't either.
There was
Made like $20 last for a week.
Yeah, totally. And I remember being at a party. I was talking to this just like burnout hippie dude. And I was like, man, I want to make this TV show. I don't have no money though. Like, I really want to do it. He's like, what do you need? I was like, it's going to cost me $60. I need I got to buy some food.
Yeah.
I got to buy some tapes because they didn't provide you with the tapes. This guy reaches in his wallet and is like, here's $60. I want to see a TV show.
That's cool.
I was like, oh, I'll pay you back. He's like, don't pay me back. Just show me, just like the credits at school. Show me a TV show.
Yeah.
So like I did it. And that got me into this, audio visual world, which is something I hate with a passion. Watching myself and editing and doing all like, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I can't. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like hearing your own voice, and
That never bothered me.
Only people who like
my own
fish
voice.
can do that stuff.
maybe so. But all of that stuff just came together. I got out of school. I was playing music and bartending and just working in restaurants, but I was like, I'm gonna make this TV show. Like, I'm making this cool TV show.
Is this the one with the cartoon?
Yeah.
characters?
So I was like, I want to make a cool TV show where little characters pop out, like the chef's like tripping or something. Sees these cool characters pop out and teaches you about cooking.
Mm-hmm. You made that one in college?
No, I made that. That was probably 15 years later.
Okay.
I had these ideas.
You had the idea for it.
And I was just like, and it's like, every day you wake up with this creative idea, and you have to do one little thing to get that creative idea done. And I started in 2000. I had the idea, 2001, 2 maybe, and then it wasn't until 2000 and I think 15 or 16 that I finished it.
When did you start making it? Like start working?
Oh, like
on
the production of it?
Yeah.
Well, like first it was like, let's make the characters. Then I was like, let's write a script. And then it was like, we need a theme song, which we had from we had the guys from the Written Prisms make us a theme song. The show probably took about 2 years to produce. I saw some dude on Facebook. He was making music videos in Baltimore City for this chick called Laser Bitch. I remember, I was like, yo, that is the coolest name. And it was
That
like
is
this
cool.
electro funk chick that is a killer video. I contacted the dude. Hey man, I'm making a TV show. I got all these cool characters. Can you help me make it? He's like, yeah. We met up. Really, really cool, nice guy. We're still buds to this day. But like, we went into like intense production with like $0.
Yeah.
We had to find, all these things you don't know about. Like, you need to make music. You got to pay somebody to make music.
Yep.
You can't use music out in the world. You have to get licenses and all that stuff. All right, well, lighting. All right, we're gonna hire a lighting guy. All right, well, sound. We're gonna hire sound people. I'm like, can't you do it at all? He's like, no, I'm directing. I got 3 cameras going.
Right.
We need 2 other camera people. Like, it was a production, and that was like, I've been on productions. I started doing the news like right out of college. I've been like local Baltimore and DC news.
Like delivering the news?
No, I wish, golly, they would love me doing that.
Like
Just being a guest chef on like WBAL or WDCA or.
Sorry, I was like,
No. That's it.
guy's
But
all
like
over the
being the
place.
guest chef on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So I was very familiar with like,
The production end of it. Yeah.
and like, oh wow, it's a lot. It's like being on those news sets. Like, just
Yeah.
did the news maybe a month and a half ago. They still call me up. They're like, hey, Chef Egg, can you be here next Sunday? Be on the news for us?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's, it's free content. It's like, hell yeah. And that looks really nice.
Do they,
Yeah.
they pay you for that though?
Nah.
Oh, really? Wow.
But that's cool. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's like $30 of food and you go out there.
Right.
Everybody in Baltimore knows you. Like, I started doing the DC stations and really getting more work out there.
Right.
But just seeing how they do it, just like seeing how like,
Yeah. It's like you said, you don't think of how much of a production it really is until you see it.
but I'm able to like, we do it so naturally now. I go in, WBAL is the local Baltimore station, and we're just like BSing, like just straight bullshitting with the anchors. And then they are like, all right, go. And then we just go. So it's very natural
Yeah.
to do live TV now.
Right.
And I look right at the hole, look right at the camera.
Yeah.
They let me do whatever I want because I bring it. You know what I mean? You get between 3 and 6 minutes. And you never know how much time until
It's
they
just like a cooking segment where
it's
you're
a cooking segment.
showing them how to do something.
And they're just like, whatever. I can talk. I can give a lesson.
so what can you really do in 3 to 6 minutes? Like,
So I just learned how to do things in steps. So I learned how to bring a themed recipe, Thanksgiving sides.
Okay.
Like, cool, you're going to make a kale salad over here, so I talk you through that. I'm going to be sauteing something over here. I'm going to be whisking a gravy, and like we always teach a lesson. So instead of it just being like, oh, we opened up a new restaurant, this is our burger, and we're making that for you, that's kind of lame. I was like, let's make this educational. Let's make this exciting.
But can you make a salad in 6 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, but you're not. I mean, you wouldn't be doing cooking
you're
a turkey because you have to sit there and wait for it.
Yeah, you are assembling something.
Okay, all the ingredients are
All the ingredients. So I can say this is roasted. This is roasted sweet potatoes. It's a sliced apple. We made a little dressing over here. Now add it all together. While you're doing that, I'm doing this. You got 3 to 4 things going on, and it goes by very quickly. But the people that are watching are like, oh, we just got a crap ton of information. Very well organized.
Yeah, and that really gets your name out there too.
Absolutely, and that was, Baltimore is a very small city. When you're in the city, it's very small, and the artistic scene is even smaller, and the food scene's even smaller. So you find yourself in these circles, in overlapping circles, and music and food and fun and art, and then you start making a name for yourself. And then I was doing the it's a huge farmers market. It's the Baltimore Farmers Market and Bazaar. It's right by City Hall. It's underneath 83. It's very awesome. Thousands of people come to this thing every Sunday for a good 6 months of the year. And I met somebody and was like, hey, I want to do cooking demos. And at first, this one lady was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, well, let me do one. You don't have to pay me anything.
At the bazaar.
At the farmers market.
Uh-huh.
And there's 1,000 people there. I'm trying to get my business started. I'm trying to market.
Yeah.
What better place to be? And I did it. The lady wasn't there the next year. It's a new lady. And I always have this situation. You meet a great client, and they just shoot you to the moon. There's a new lady. Her name is Sandy. She actually lives in this area. And she's like, well, I heard you do cooking demos. I just wanted to know, would you be willing to come back? It's like, yeah. She's like, but on a regular schedule, and I'll bring you food, and you can promote the market this way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool. And then this lady's like, well, that was great. Well, let's get you on the schedule for next year, and Artscape's coming up. Do you think you could do something for Artscape? I was like, that was a dream.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'd love to do something. So now I'm in the mix.
Right.
And it's all from doing a great job, from showing up on time and being cordial and promoting, doing the job that this lady. We started meeting for drinks every quarter. She's like, cool, Artscape, you're in. The book fest. We need a food producer in the back to get all these cookbook chefs all their stuff. You want to do that? Here's a paid gig. Okay, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And it just you meet these people. I'm sure you have the same thing.
Yeah.
And they bring you a quarter of your work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no problems and no worries. And they put you, oh, we need somebody to do a TV thing. You're going to do that for us, right? Of course I'm going to do that for you. And I can pinpoint the clients along the way. Mm-hmm. But just simply in Baltimore City.
I would imagine in Baltimore, in the city like that,
she's part of it was a Baltimore Office of Promotion and Arts.
Yeah, all about connections.
Every festival in the city.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, I didn't even have to ask. She just emails me, what are you doing here? Mm-hmm. Are you open this date? Here's 2 G's to do 6 demonstrations over the weekend at Artscape. Mm-hmm. You'll be in all of the information, all the print stuff. Let's roll.
Yeah.
So by making my job easier for this lady, I was just her go-to person.
Yeah, because now she just has a guy that can do the cooking stuff. She doesn't have to keep finding people.
Doesn't stop there.
Okay.
I'm talking. I was like, man, I'd really like to have one of my bands play at Artscape. Artscape is the biggest free art festival in the country.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
it's
that.
ginormous, or it used to be. It's switched up in the past.
I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't realize
it's a big deal. Yeah. Big stage, 4 stages for music, art. It's just a beautiful weekend. Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, my associate's going to reach. And I knew this. The other lady, she's going to reach out to you. I was like, I'd really like to book my band. I know you got to know somebody she's like, this is who you need to contact. Contact the person. We get booked for Artscape on a side stage. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, this is the penultimate, all my connections in the city and I had a really good band at the time. We were absolutely shredding, and it gets rained out.
Oh. And
it was one of those things oh, we're going to pay you because it got rained out, but we're going to pay you. And I was like, I didn't want to get paid. I wanted to.
You wanted to play.
I wanted to rock. You know what I mean?
Still take the money, but
No. We took the money. It got rained out. I was so bummed.
Yeah.
Like I was coming from a catering job. I'm like, this is like all my connections, like for this one opportunity. And the lady was like, I'm so sorry this happened. You know, it's raining. Like you can't play in the rain. She goes, I'm gonna hook you up next year. Now, how often have you heard from people, I got you?
Right.
And you don't hear from that person in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing this person, she was like, Egg, I got you, Egg. You know, I'm always helping out and being of service. So I don't even find out what's going on next year until it happens. My guitar player reaches out. He's like, Egg, what did you do? And I was like, what do you mean? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I think I showed up on time with my drums like I always do.
Right.
He's like, did you see the Artscape Festival schedule? He's like, what did you do?
you're on the main stage.
You're headlining.
No, we weren't headline. We opened up on the main stage.
Nice.
Wow.
And it's like, this is the stage where like your butt rumbles because the chairs got the electric subwoofers in it.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God, this lady like, and I've seen her since. I'm like,
She followed through.
you follow through, but it only happened because I had so much positivity built up, karmic energy. So I got video of me on the main, like that was a dream.
That's cool. What band was that?
A band called Scotty P and the Love from Above.
That's cool.
And my buddy Scott is the lead singer of a really popular band in the city called Ja Works. So they had a following, and it's like, well, they've played on the main stage. But, you know, using that little bit of clout from that, little bit that I got us this opening spot. And it's like dreams come true, you know?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, like playing on big stages is awesome.
It is. It's really, really, really
like
cool.
it's a ride. It's a ride. It's not a small stage in a little club.
It's so weird too. Like if you're used to playing on, you know, smaller or medium.
Oh,
size,
yeah.
and then you get up there and there's like so much space
loud.
between, and it's so loud. Maybe like your guitar player's like way like 20 feet.
Oh,
over
I
there.
tell everyone, I'm like, get tight, y'all, because we need to feel together. But it brings me back to, you know, I showed a video of you guys of me on a big stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, you dream about being on these big stages, but being on a big stage by yourself sucks.
It's probably weird. That was at a college.
It was
that
at a
video?
college. We're in an auditorium. And like,
What college was that?
I think Newport something in like Newport, Virginia, Newport News, Virginia. I was like, being in a band is way cooler
Yeah, right.
than this. Like, you know, like I could, you know, you do your solo acoustic thing, and look, you've got control over it, and I have control over my show on my stage.
Yeah.
But so much is missing without the collaboration
Yeah.
from other people. I am better as a collaborator. I'm pretty damn good by myself.
You should get like a cooking band, like where you guys.
Cooking,
There is a guy that does that. He does like private events where he plays and he also cooks everybody at the party. Like
there's a guy
meal.
in New York City. There's a guy in Long Island. His name is DJ Chef, and he DJs bachelorette parties. I met him. I met him at a corporate gig, like a corporate, like people. Event planners would hire. So like I met this dude. I was like, oh, I seen you online. What's up? He's a DJ. So he's got his DJ equipment and he has the firework. He has those little tabletop fireworks, and these chicks are getting, they're like, you know, it's a bachelorette party. So it's a bunch of hammered ladies.
That's wild.
And this dude's like cooking for him and playing music and like putting a night on for him. And then he packs up and leaves, and they've been fed and they've partied all night
He
long.
probably charges top dollar for that.
I'm sure he charges top dollar. And I was like, that's pretty cool. You know why? I was like, the band and cooking. I was like, if I gotta bring my drums and all my cooking,
Yeah, that's
gig,
a lot of shit. Yep.
and it was too much, but it didn't make sense, just from my perspective. But
Like drumming, flip a burger.
I started doing cooking presentations. This is a funny story. Somehow I got a free trip to Cairo, Egypt with the military.
Whoa.
With the Armed Forces Entertainment and Navy Entertainment. I meet the lady, her name's Sarah, from the Blue Moon Cafe in Baltimore City. It's a very popular breakfast spot. We're talking, we come very close on this like 12-day trip to Cairo. And we're traveling and cooking together for soldiers. It was really cool. And we're leaving, and I was like, hey, Sarah, I'd really like to start doing these. This is 2011. I'd really like to start doing these cooking presentations. In Baltimore, people can pay $20. I'll sell tickets, but I need a spot. Can I use the Blue Moon to do it? She's like, took key right off the ring. I was like, here you go.
Wow.
And I was like, what do you want me to do? She's like, keep it. Don't burn my place down. Let me know when keep everything cool. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. I was like, maybe I can hire some of your people. She's like, hire away. They need money. So through positive intentions, I started doing these cooking classes, and I brought a DJ with me. So we would do a night. My buddy, DJ Captain Stu was his name. And he played like really funky, groovy tunes. So while I'm cooking, this guy was playing groovy tunes behind.
And this was like a nighttime thing?
Yeah.
Dude, people, especially, Baltimore and any city, they love like stuff like that. Like,
it was cool.
Night out, like interesting, different night out.
And I tried to make it reasonable. And like, this is before kids and all this stuff. So I could stay out late and have fun and, have beers and hang out with friends and invite people, go on the news to promote.
Yeah.
She opened up another spot. I was like, yo, Sarah, can I do hands-on classes? She's like, here's the key. Have fun. I was like, I'll hire your dishwashers, hire your servers. She never asked me for a dime. Never asked me for a dime.
That's wild, dude.
And so I bought $1,000 worth of cooking gear. And I set up stations, knives, cutting boards, pots, pans. I mean, I spent, some money on this. And started selling tickets like $35 a piece. Come and cook with Chef Egg in Baltimore City.
How did it do?
It started off slow, and I just built it to where if I had a good menu, I mean, if I was doing Valentine's Day, we did 3 nights of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It became very popular. And then COVID came and crushed the whole, just demolished. And during that time, I was like buying a new house, buying like an adult house, and all of that just came crumbling down. But what came from that absolute madness, because it was madness. You weren't playing gigs.
No.
Were people getting lessons? Like,
sort of.
Yeah, sort of, right? Through that, I now do virtual cooking classes. Let me tell you, there's no better way to make some money than to do a virtual cooking class to make dinner in your own home.
Yeah, that's a good point, right?
So through that awful, just the whole thing was crazy. Now I do a whole line of virtual classes.
So you're still doing that now?
Still doing it.
Yeah.
And I did a college in Hawaii. It's like University of Hawaii. They're like, they want a virtual cooking class. They wanted it at like 6 o'clock in the evening. I was like, let me do some math, y'all. Like, I got up at 2 o'clock and did a 3 o'clock in the morning cooking class. And they gave me, I don't know, $800.
Yeah.
I said, great.
Nice.
Dude, it's wild to me. I mentioned this, before we started shooting, but it's just wild how, a chef, right? But you're going in all these different directions and doing all these different interesting things and not never, but avoiding cooking in a normal job, cooking in a restaurant, It's so cool how you can make all these different connections and get connected with these different types of jobs that, I think I never would have thought.
Well, I wouldn't think of it either. And the only reason
doing a virtual cooking class for a college in Hawaii, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild.
None of that stuff happens. It doesn't all happen when you want it to happen.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm sure you guys are business owners. It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. It happens when it happens. So, so you can have your droughts, and then you can be very busy. You can, you have 50 lessons in a week, or you can have 0 lessons in a week.
So is your consistent thing now like the virtual classes?
I would say nothing has been consistent.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes January and February is always pretty dry. It's after the holidays, but that has to be my time to book for the rest of the year. So excuse me, I have to make myself occupied in those. I got all my gear's got to be clean. It's got to be packed up and ready to go. I need to work on new opportunities. I mean, I got to send the emails out to get the jobs. I do my own booking besides the college stuff. I just booked a 2 days of sessions in Orlando for an organization that I've been talking to for like 2 years.
So most of your stuff are like one-off jobs. It's not any consistent, ongoing.
Well, I wouldn't say that because I work for this, the health department of Charles County, and they're like, we just got some funding. We need this, this, and this. Put it in your schedule. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. The VA, the Veterans Affairs in Raleigh-Durham, they want 16 classes, virtual lessons. So we're like, when you don't have any gigs and somebody's like, all right, schedule 16 lessons over the next 6 months.
It's like fucking jackpot.
Put it right in. It's not a jackpot. It's just like...
I mean, that's a pretty big job, I would imagine.
Yeah. It's nice, but you have to mix that in with another client who's like, oh, we need 4 of these, and another client. And I have a client that sells appliances, high-end appliances, Wolf, Sub-Zero, all that stuff. They're like, oh, cool, we just made our schedule, so we need events. We need 4 events. So I just plotted in the schedule. And
what about doing like what a music teacher might do, creating a curriculum of online classes and then selling that, like it's
absolutely
a pre-recorded thing.
And that has been always kind of an idea and always kind of a thing. I met a dude one time. I had a meeting with a guy who was doing that. I think he still does it. And we started talking, and he immediately went into like the sales funnel, your internet sales funnel. And I was like, the minute he said that, I was like, I'm out. I just said, I'm out. Like, I just was like, I'm not doing this funnel thing. It turned me off.
Yeah.
And so it would be very cool to do, but I was like,
what about it turned you off?
It was like the internet sales portion of it.
You were just more.
But it was also like, I have to produce the content. So before I sell anything, I got to put 10 G's into my curriculum.
Well,
and I've already put 10 G's into a TV show, and I've already put 10 G's into an album, and I've already done that.
Right.
What I need to concentrate on, what I need to concentrate on is being the best Chef Egg I can be. And I really have a blast doing these live things.
Yeah.
So am I going to do something I hate to hopefully make money down the line, which probably could have been a good deal. If you were like, hey, Chef Egg, I want to do this with you, and I'm going to sell it, and we're going to split it, and I'd be like, yeah, that's cool, because we'd have a blast doing it together.
Yeah.
But I can't look at myself on the TV screen. I don't want to look at...
Man, that might be something we should talk about. Some kind of...
I just have zero interest. Like, I have business friends, and they're so business oriented. And I'm like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
And I put it in this way because when people talk about cooking and people are like, I just don't care about cooking, I can connect with them and be like, I get it. I totally get it. It's like learning the guitar. I'm playing these drums back here for my whole life. I can play with anybody doing anything. But I'm learning the damn fretboard on my guitar. And I just don't care.
Just don't care.
And like, I got a Fender Telecaster at home. Like, it sounds great. I can play the damn thing. And I want to solo. I want to play. I've always played rhythm. But like, you got to memorize the fretboard. I want to call it the Aeolian method, but that's aioli's a sandwich spread. The different.
Aeolian's also a scale.
A scale, you get what I'm talking about.
That's the minor scale.
I think it is a musical term. Yeah.
My pentatonics, all this stuff, and I'm digging into it, and I'm getting smarter. My brain, you can feel your brain rewiring, but I have to wait to be inspired to do it.
Okay.
And the drums and cooking, I don't.
Yeah.
I always want to cook, and I always want to play the drums. And, even just working on paradiddles and basic rudiments, I want to do it. And the guitar, like, I want to shred, but I don't want to put the work into learning.
Yeah. I can, dude, I'm with you there.
I can't play I've never played a full song all the way through
On the guitar.
because I don't care. You know, like I
I do know what you mean.
I don't care to do that. When I play with bands, they're like, "Oh, start it out." I'm like, "Well, what's that song again?" They're like, "Dude, we've played this 1,000 times." I'm like, "Just play one note." The minute they play that one note, I know my whole part in muscle memory because I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But doing it with business stuff, it's like, and I'm good with like running my business, but they like the go out there and get that money business mind frame.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it, man. It's a certain type of mind frame for sure.
I don't know if it's the healthiest mind frame either.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely downsides to it. We were talking a little bit before we started. Like, you can really go down a rabbit hole with being obsessive, with that kind of stuff.
But get to your point. Yes, I also said, well, you can pay me to come talk to you live and then just go to my website and watch a bunch of cool videos, and like,
There's this concept though that my mind has never been like that until the last couple years where I really realized like, hey, I can work on having a business mind frame and make money. There's lots of different ways to make money, right? And one of the concepts that I never thought of when I was younger is that the word is escaping me, where money just keeps coming in.
Passive income.
Yeah, I would love some passive income.
Yeah, dude, passive income. That's what I'm talking about. And like something like that is, I watch a lot of YouTubers where, like a lot of camera YouTubers, right?
Yeah, sure.
And one thing that is very common with all of them is they make Lightroom presets where you buy these presets for $25 and now you can edit your photos just like Joe Schmo on YouTube.
Yeah, that's great.
And they put money and time into making it, and then it just makes them money. It might not be a whole lot, but it's just something that is ongoing. And so that's where my mind went.
No, it is. We know each other. We know we'd have fun doing this.
Yeah.
But could you imagine somebody bringing you that opportunity, and you're like, I've had the opportunities where like I had a job. It was like corporate chef thing, and the guy was just a dick.
Well, yeah, that's you don't.
And I was like,
that.
we did a job and it went fine. And he came back with all this BS at the end, and I was like, oh, you're just a dick. I'm not working with you. Yeah, it was like the opportunity was so cool at the time to be somebody's corporate chef for a big company, and it was just like, but you're a dick, and this isn't going to work out.
Yeah.
So the good stuff comes together by itself.
Yeah, for sure. And I totally understand your way of thinking. Like, I don't want to occupy my mind with a whole bunch of business funnel sales stuff. I just
How many funnels did we get today?
I just want to focus on doing the thing I love doing. I totally get that.
I want to rock. Like,
I want to fucking rock. Yeah.
I just want to fucking rock at all time. Like all my.
You do have the soap. That's kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't reach it. We can't reach it because.
That's somewhat passive. I mean.
No. Okay. Look. So I made Chef Egg Chef Soap. Right there you go. Chef Egg Chef Soap. Put it right over there. You can see it. You can
make sure it's in front of your face.
Have a smell. There's multiple cameras over here. Oh, there you go.
Does it also function as tallow?
It doesn't function as tallow.
I gotta say, Mike, real quick, your hair's looking pretty damn good today, buddy. It's it's standing up more than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
I think you gave it an extra fluff.
So I made Chef Egg Chef Soap, and it smells good.
It does, yes.
I smell it.
My friends at Biggs and Featherbell. I used to work at Whole Foods Market.
Oh yeah.
I met these ladies that run Biggs and Featherbell. They got soap giant. I mean, it's everywhere. Wegmans, everywhere. But they're a small soap company. So I was like,
you don't eat that soap, right?
Well, I'll tell you that story in a bit, because people have eaten it and then yelled at me that they ate soap because it smells so good. So
I say Chef Egg Soap.
Chef Eggs.
It's
Chef
a little
soap.
confusing.
Chef Eggs.
Soap.
Chef Soap.
Chefs, see, yeah, that's
Chef Eggs. Chef Soap.
It's a little confusing.
It's not confusing at all.
You wash chicken with it?
No, you can wash your body with. So I get home from these cooking demonstrations, cooking in kitchens, and my wife's like, you stink, go take a shower.
Oh,
Garlic, onions, fat, everything. So I was like, I want to create a soap. My friends are hippies and they make soap, and they make gourmet high-end soap. I said, can we do lemongrass and rosemary. So lemon and rosemary with olive oil. And we'll put salt and pepper in there as an abrasive. Like that lava soap from back in the day that like our
really
dads.
sounds like it's intended to be eaten.
Well, it's intended to make it's intended to make smelly people smell good.
Okay.
And to get, sweat and funk off of, smelly dudes, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And dudes don't like fancy soaps, but they're smelling this. They're like, all right, like lemon and rosemary is cool. Like it's not flowery. It's,
Yeah.
So this was made because people were like, well, you should make a magnet with like teaspoons and tablespoon conversions, or you should have an apron, or you should do any number of marketing things that you can sell at a cutting board, a knife. And I'm pricing all this stuff out. I was like, you've been to events and they give you this crap and you throw it away.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a pot holder. Like, we got pot holders at home. So I was like, hey, can we make this soap? And if I sell it, great. If I give it away, great. But you can buy it on my website, and people really people buy it, and it makes its money back. And I think from an artistic perspective, if my marketing can make its money back, and you have something cool to offer, but also when people leave my cooking class and they have this in their car, they think of Chef Egg. The smell instantly says Chef Egg. When they're in their home and when they're in their kitchen, they use my soap, you think of Chef Egg. And I was like, well, that's cool. I'm down for that. So it went from making like 200 bars to making like 800 bars real quick. And I was like, it was one of those things like, it's a lot of money. It's a big move on something that I don't make any money off of. And the minute I upped that count with the with the producers, with the soap people, I get this corporate people are like, oh, we want 80 bars at an event. Like, oh, we want. So it didn't happen until it had to happen. It's very, very like.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Karmic, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, now that I have access to these numbers of bars of soap, my clients want more soap. So that's just like another magical thing that happened. But there's still 100 of these soaps in my basement, like sitting there, like. And I go into making CDs. Is there Heavy Fred, right? You got Heavy Fred CDs still at your house?
No.
You sold all those?
I've never had any Heavy.
Yeah, never had Heavy Fred CDs. But it's like you're in a band and you make CDs. My friends were in Jaw Works. I'd go to their band house and I'm like, oh, you guys sell thousands of records. You must. You're very popular. You're traveling all over the world. And I'm going in their house. They got cases of T-shirts, cases of CDs sitting there.
Yeah.
And you only see them selling them, but you didn't have to see them buying all that stuff and storing it. And so it really, from a business perspective, it's like, oh, if you can have all these cool things, but you got to do something with it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean,
it has to be effective too.
Like you said, I mean, even if you're not selling them per se, it's still an investment in your business. Like you said, it makes people think of you, right? And yeah, I mean, that's definitely, you could have gotten plenty of indirect business from a bar of soap.
Absolutely. Now,
no way of really knowing that.
I had little samples of this soap. Maybe people could take a little sliver and go wash their hands in the bathroom, or take it, put it in your pocket, take it home and try it out. People would come up. It said Chef Egg Chef Soap, $5 a bar. And they're like, oh my God, this is soap. And they're eating it. It happened like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, man.
And I'm just sitting there flabbergasted, dumbfounded.
You got to put something on the label like, do not eat this soap.
I had a sign that said, do not, like the first time it happened, I put another sign like, don't eat, it's soap.
Yeah, I mean,
And they were like, but it smelled so good. It was just there. I was like, did I offer this for you to eat?
It smells like soap. I mean, it doesn't smell like food.
It smells like soap. Really good, but you get what I'm saying.
It does say kosher salt, fresh cracked pepper, lemongrass, and rosemary. I mean, I could understand how some people might be confused and like
Is there anything
actually
you can't eat in there?
No, it's completely.
So,
But you were saying out of tallow, if this was made out of tallow, you'd literally be able to melt it down.
Yeah, man.
And cook with it.
Yeah.
And that would be. I mean, the tallow soap's really popular these days.
Yeah.
What is tallow anyway?
Beef tallow?
Rendered fat from an animal. And you can render fat from ducks and chickens and
So like when we buy
beef
a
and
whole
pork.
cow, we buy like a whole cow and we take all the leftover stuff and my wife makes tallow out of it and then we use the tallow as cooking oil.
Yeah, it's very.
butter.
What they're finding is that artificial processed oils are really bad for you.
Like
But-
really bad for you.
Yeah, very bad. Olive oil, avocado, and then the tallows are coming back in a big way now because it's like, I mean, you see it. Like you can buy beef tallow now.
Yeah.
That was never.
I have tallow hair clay,
I was gonna say, didn't you say something about putting it in your hair?
so I'm not putting a bunch of crap on my scalp and absorbing into my scalp, you know?
So like they say, like your body's able to process the animal and the vegetable fats, but it's not able to process the processed fats because it's garbage. It's not. It's chemically.
It's petroleum.
It's already been
Yeah.
processed.
Yeah. So like you eat, put a little let's say bacon fat in your eggs, and I'm like, people are like, but that's not healthy. I'm like, it's a teaspoon of bacon fat, like, and it's with your eggs, and like you're gonna have that with some toast and an apple and some coffee. Like that's reasonable. But why? From my perspective, I'm like, well, it's got great flavor. You already purchased it. Let's use it.
Yeah, like you're gonna cook the bacon anyway.
Well, people throw
So
the
now you
fat
got
down
the- yeah.
throw the fat down the sink, and it's like that's coming back in a big way. You know, buying your own half a cow, which I'd love to do one of these days.
Yeah.
And then rendering beef fat down and making stuff from it.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
We make broth and stuff. I mean, it's like none of it goes to waste. It's all the bones. We just did a bunch of short ribs 2 nights ago. Took all the bones, put them in a big pot, made broth out of it. Then you make soup with
Well,
the broth.
what's hilarious now is to hear, you know, the millennial generation being like bone broth, and you're like, do you mean soup? Like my family's Jewish from New York City. They were poor.
Wait, so you're not Asian?
No.
Okay.
Very
Very un-Asian.
And like back in the day, in Southern Maryland, if you had a chicken, you ate every bit of that chicken.
Yeah.
That brought, nobody had money.
Yeah.
So you ate the whole damn thing. And to see it being like a gourmet thing now that like I roasted chicken bones down and made broth from it and it's $10 a quart.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You're like, the fucking chicken, excuse my language, didn't cost $10.
No.
And yeah, people have been making chicken soup for.
And people have been throwing bones away for a long time too. And now
But
they're
people
buying.
that really know, people that didn't have anything, used
Absolutely.
every little bit of it. And
Yeah.
even in a cow, I mean, look, if you have a cow, somebody's going to process the skin to make leather. Somebody's making stock.
That's one thing we've never done is done something with the skin.
That seems
It's a bit involved.
a bit involved.
Yeah.
I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
But like somebody around here's got it's like the processor would need to know who that person is to
Yeah.
process.
I'm sure they may. That would be a good person to ask. Like
But all that stuff,
maybe.
you can go and make a bone broth now. I mean, again, just soup. It's just soup. And it's super good for you. The people are, the health effects from that are great. You can, my wife just bought like a thing of collagen because women, middle-aged women need more collagen. Everybody needs more collagen. You're like, I remember my dad like munching on bones, like chicken wing bones. I was like, what are you doing that for? He's like, the collagen in the bones. Like,
So I use collagen as instead of protein powder. I just use collagen. It's got like as
Well, it has
much or more
protein,
protein as protein powder.
But back in the day, you just, you crunch on some chicken wing bones.
Yeah.
And that was your collagen, and that was good.
Yeah, it's crazy when you make the broth. The bones just disintegrate. Like
Yeah.
you can just you can just pick them up and
Yeah, and all the collagen comes from in between. It comes from the bones itself, but in between that little soft tendon and all that stuff is where all the gelatin and the collagen come from. We're getting very deep into this collagen talk, but it's all there to teach people that that's a real thing. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Well, I don't want to spend $10 on bone broth." I'm like, "Well, get a chicken and have a meal for 3 days. Boil those bones down. I just saved you."
Yeah, the difference is knowing how to do all that, right?
But like, it's super like.
It's the same thing you were talking about earlier, where like some people will spend $30 to buy the $15 burger and then have it delivered to them. It's like,
Let's make smash burgers.
I could either do all that myself or just press this button and I'll have the burger in 30 minutes.
The biggest thing that I've noticed, because we cook constantly at the house, the biggest drawback to it is the cleanup. You know,
Yeah, that sucks.
But if you kind of clean as you go, it's not so bad. But like, yeah,
And the time too, right?
Well,
I'm sure it takes a lot of time to do all that.
You know, and I say this in my classes, and I'll say it to your viewers: people have time for what they have, what they want to do.
Sure, yeah.
So I always have people in my classes, and again, this ranges literally from like pre-K to 90-year-olds and everyone in between. And they always say, I don't have time. Whether it's the fear or the money and the resources, time is number one. I don't have that time. And then they'll have a few glasses of wine during my class or something. They start talking, and they're like, hey, Chef Egg, you heard about this show on Netflix? Mm-hmm. I binged the whole thing on a Saturday.
Right.
And I was like, oh, binged the whole show on Saturday. Thought you didn't have time. So people...
Well, that's what they wanted to do with their time.
Well,
like
no,
you said, yeah.
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
it's priorities, right?
It's your priorities. And if my priority is learning the fretboard and learning how to solo, I'd be much better at it right now. It's not my priority. That's not fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because like a lot of times you're spend your energy, not you, but like people in general, like trying to convince someone to change their priority. You know what I mean? Like hey, you should do this. That's going to take a lot of time.
Oh, I stopped.
These are all the benefits of it. Blah blah blah. You know.
I stopped telling people. I was real good at telling people what I can run. If I meet somebody, a silly goose in my life who's just got their life, I can straighten them out in 2 seconds.
Right.
Straighten your own life out. That's the hard part.
My life's pretty. I'll be honest. My life's pretty fairly with as much things as I have going on. I'm a chef at heart, and things have to be organized, and that is that's how I can get so much done.
Yeah,
is my life has to be organized, and when I see, and this is a good place to talk about this, the most creative people in my lives and the most creative people that I know whose lives are just a mess. And you see them on stage and they're magical. And then their lives are just like, and you're like, I can straighten, I can straighten this person. I can get them on the path to a bigger success. And if they don't want to do it,
they just don't care.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's cool.
Yeah.
But that took a long time. Like, why isn't this person doing what I'm telling? It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be somebody. It could be somebody in recovery. It could be somebody with mental illness.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go to this meeting? And why don't you just talk to this therapist? And why don't you you talk to a friend who doesn't have any money? Why don't you write your expenses? Let's sit down and write your expenses out, and let's do a little analysis. And they don't want to do it. And guess what you say?
Yep.
Okay.
That's one of the most difficult things to accept, man, is like when you're trying to help somebody in whatever way, if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it.
And when you're in a creative situation with somebody, and it's been a downfall to some creative things that I've been, whether it's always a band.
Yeah. Right.
It's always a band. There's 4 people. Everybody's got their, there's always factors in a band. Those change as more drinks and more drugs come into play.
And as people get older,
but I'm always like, cool, let's be successful. Let's put the work in. Let's do this. And everybody starts out that way until they get lazy or they don't want to do it or they have different priorities.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, after a while, you go, all right, I'm good. And that takes maturity, I think.
Yeah, it does, man. It does for sure.
You're like, oh, this person doesn't want my help. And I've had to pull back. I have friends with, like I said, mental illness or, sometimes it's substance abuse. And you're like, well, I have 2 beers at a gig and they have 12.
Yeah.
And then they drive, they go do drugs after and drive home. Mm-hmm. And you're like, after a while, you go, all right, I got to be in a band with 2 beer drinkers.
Yeah, people who have similar priorities.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And you're not changing. You're not telling the greatest songwriter that they should do this, this, and this and get on a bigger stage and put the work in. And if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. And guess what? Nowadays, that's cool. You can still be friends with them and but you can't push people.
No.
I can't push people to cook.
Not if they don't want to be pushed.
I can't push my kids to do the dishes if they don't want to. You know, you guys said you got 4 kids, and somebody's got to do the dish. When I was a kid, kids did the damn dishes.
Oh, hell yeah.
My kids do dishes, man.
I think we did them very poorly.
I did a good job.
I thought we did a good job too. But I just, like, my kids now, I'm like,
Yeah.
getting these kids to do anything these days.
My son wants to be paid, you know, for
Yeah, he wants to be paid.
for whatever chore, you know, which, you know, on one hand, I'm like, okay, I can appreciate the drive to make money, you know, but on the other hand, I'm like, bro, you know,
We got responsibilities.
you don't have to, you're not going to get paid for everything you got to do, you know.
And the kids, I've brought my daughters, they like to work with me. I don't pay them like 10, it's a big gig, $20. I had a camp that came and they worked. I was like, look, I'm Chef Egg. You got to go to work. We're at work. I'm not your dad.
It's a good thing to teach kids, have them.
And when they show up, you know, they do the work. It's not hard work, but I was like, but you do have to, like, be swift and be quick and like everything I tell you at home to be. And you're like, you throw 10 or $20 in front of them, they start doing.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, my son, he's 11 and he's recently been talking about, I guess he went on the Cracker Barrel website and found out that he can work at Cracker Barrel at 11 years, which I have not verified that yet, but so he's all like, Dad, I could get a job at Cracker Barrel this summer. Or he's like, or Royal Farms even.
Like, you ain't working at Royal Farms, kid.
All right. Well, I was talking to him last night and I'm like, you know, part of me is like, dude, I wish I had changed my mindset about work and how to make money when I was a lot younger. So I'm trying to, like, teach him that as much as possible. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's a good idea for you to get a job at some place like that, because I really hope that you very quickly realize how much that sucks and realize that you don't want to do that.
Or, and I say this from a different perspective, how much even working working anywhere, how much you enjoy maybe working and helping people. And what I enjoyed, I started working, my first job was at Merriweather Post Pavilion. I grew up in Columbia.
That's cool.
So cool. And all the cool kids in high school worked at Merriweather. So for years, I was like, I'm getting a job, you know, right summer after freshman year. And my parents were like, yeah, go to work. And then they weren't hands-off parents, but I was allowed to go to work. And man, I was up to no good.
Yeah. Well, that's part
of
my other fear is that, like, he gets stuck into a similar rut like what I did, where you know, you go, you get a job wherever, and you're like, yeah, this sucks, but like, it is what it is, and this is what life is about, and this is the only option I got, so I'm just gonna keep doing it, and it sucks.
I think I'd say the opposite. I say when you go to work and you see the opportunities, you have to change it to an opportunity mindset and be like, cool. And I do this with culinary. I talk to culinary students about, you can go to work at Royal Farm and you can make sandwiches all day, and you can get stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
And that sucks. That's not cool. I was like, but you can go to work for Royal Farm. Then you see the manager come and you see what that cat does. Then you see the people that deliver the food and see what they do.
Yeah.
The opportunities are everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
And if you just see the rut of making sandwiches all day, some people like making sandwiches all day, but it can be a rut. Yeah. But if you see the opportunity and then you meet the franchisee owner and you see them in their Mercedes, you'd be like, oh shit, I could own one. So my point is, you can either get stuck in a rut or you can see the opportunity. And in the food world, the opportunity's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And I met when I was 20 years old, I worked at restaurants in Ocean City, and I was a culinary student, and I got these opportunities, and there'd be these, like, they were so old, they were 40 years old, you know what I mean? And they were, you know, I worked with this one guy, really nice restaurant in Ocean City. He was just a straight up alcoholic. He looked like death warmed over.
Yeah.
And this guy was not ever doing anything more than what he was doing. And he was stuck in a rut, and I'm sitting there at 20 being like, oh, this is a great summer job, but I see more opportunity out there. And I always talk to people. Hey, what do you do? If I'm at a party, I don't talk about myself, and I got exciting shit to talk about. I met a guy at a party that services elevators, like Otis. Mm-hmm. My wife's like, you have to leave that dude alone. I was like, but he services elevators. That's so cool. That's like heavy machinery. That's like, and this guy was just like, are you really interested in elevators? I was like, yeah, it's so cool. Like,
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love hearing people's.
like somebody's a doctor. I met an anesthesiologist. Mm-hmm. Tell me about putting people to sleep. Mm-hmm. What drugs do you give them?
Yeah.
How fast does it take? You do the, not even that. It's the mechanics of it. How many of these do you do in a day? What's your day shift look like? Mm-hmm. What do you do, 3 or 4 a day? He's like, yeah. It's like, is that tiring? Is this, So it's not even, it could be anything, dude.
Right.
I met a dude at a party that hauled trash. Well, from somebody's perspective, you could be like, well, they just haul trash. I'm like, yo, I know you make money hauling that trash. How much money, not how much money do you make, but like, what's a haul go for? How many a day?
What's a haul go for?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you get $100, $200 in a haul. I can get 5 in a day. It's $1,000. 5 days a week. End of the month, it's 25
it's not bad at all.
I got to pay for, I said, what's expensive? I got to pay for the gas. I got to pay for team members. Mm-hmm. But I can net 15 at the end of the month. At the end of the year, I can get X, 125. I was like, haul of trash. There's money in trash.
Money in trash. They say that. I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more interested. People are like, ooh, what's being Chef Egg like? I mean, that's why we're here right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, how many gigs do you need? How many video gigs do you need? How many, and then how many music gigs? And I'm like, what's the coolest thing musically you've ever done? And, it could be a doctor or a lawyer, somebody who teaches music, Some kid ever crap their pants in here, like while you're teaching them music? Like, I always feel like, what's the craziest thing that ever happened?
Yeah. Right.
That's a good segue into what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in a live cooking situation? Any fires or people passing out or anything like that?
People have passed out during
Eating soap. That's pretty crazy.
eating soap. This is all fairly minimal. I had a cord that caught on fire one time. Mm-hmm. That was nothing too crazy. Maybe people having too much to drink during a evening session. I would say nothing too crazy. I did one time. I got brought to Stuttgart, Germany. And I was flying from Seattle to Stuttgart, Germany. That's like 16 hours of travel. Mm-hmm. And I got stuck in Amsterdam. It's supposed to be an hour from Amsterdam to Stuttgart. And I'm supposed to be at the place. It's an international gig paying me several $1,000s, and I need to be where I need to be. I'm in Amsterdam. They shut down the airport. All the flights aren't going out until like the next day.
For what?
Storms.
Okay.
And like it's Europe and like storms and everything stops. Mm-hmm. And you have Amsterdam's a huge airport. It's monstrously international. So you're just in a place where you don't speak the language.
Yeah, right.
I hear my name being called over the intercom. I'm going through, international gates and stuff. They're like, we're going to put you on a train. You go to the desk and be like, we can get you there in 8 hours. It's 8 hours away by train.
Wow.
And I'm like, I just traveled, 10 hours from Seattle. Mm-hmm. And you want to put me on a train to someplace I don't know where I'm going. I was not expecting train travel.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, traveling by yourself's not the funnest in my opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't get there until like 10 hours later. I had to take like 3 different trains. I'm bugging out.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I get there, my phone doesn't have any juice.
Oh, shit.
And I forgot my travel information in Seattle with my wife and my child.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean, like your
All my hotel information.
Oh, okay.
And my phone's not working, and I'm like,
okay.
I'm in the Stuttgart train station,
in a hostel.
and I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. No, I went to this really nice hotel, and I was like, hi, I'm an American. I have a hotel, because like, they're friendly to travelers, but like, if you don't have a credit card, they don't want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have money, like,
Did you leave your wallet?
No, I had my wallet, had all that stuff. I was like, hey.
That would have been scary.
I just tried to get on I need to get on the internet. I like begged this guy, and he's like looking at me. I look professional, but I've been ragged, so just looking a little ragged. I was like, I need to get into like my Yahoo account to get my travel information. The guy across the street wanted to charge me €400 to get a room to get on the internet. I was like, I have a hotel room here. I'm here for work. I told him the whole story, and the guy was like, what's your passcode, dude? Here, let's do it right here. And like 5 minutes later, I'm in a cab to my airport.
That's nice.
And that was the absolute most stressful. The organizers are like, where did you literally went missing in Europe for like 12 hours.
Right, yeah.
They were bugged out. Another fun thing.
Was your phone just dead, or?
It was dead, and I didn't have the stupid charger. The internet, like the international charger. All the stuff I needed for my trip got stuck with my like daughter's passport. I live in Maryland.
Right.
We were in Seattle, and they were flying me over. It was a mess. I mean, it was. And I think in those times, like if you start bugging out,
oh yeah, it makes
nothing
it worse.
good's happening to you. But if you keep it cool, you know, always keep a working credit card on you. Yeah, I found that out too. If you got money,
oh yeah, you can get shit done if you got money.
you can get shit done. This was very interesting, and this just totally bugged me out. I was on that trip in Cairo, and we're coming back through a place called Sharm el Sheikh, which is on the Red Sea of Egypt. Sharm el Sheikh is the ocean city of the Red Sea. So if you think like Ocean City is its own thing, or you know, you can go to different beach spots, but like an Ocean City type place, Myrtle Beach, they have them all over the world. You can go to Ibiza, you can go. This was in the Red Sea, so we're like chilling there, doing stuff at a base there, and we're in the airport. It's 5 o'clock in the airport at the Sharm el Sheikh airport. And I've got knives in my backpack and all this stuff. And we're going through major security.
That's got to be interesting, yeah.
Very interesting. And I got knives in there. And the guys were like, the security guards, you. I was like, oh, boy.
Why
Like,
do you have so many knives?
what is this in here? Open it up. You know. And then they start taking my knives out. And they're sword fighting with each other. The security guards in the airport are
You're like, bear claw.
oh yeah. I was making my jokes to like get this moving through, and the guys like they're having fun with my knives. I was like, well, be careful. They're very sharp, and you know they're fun knives, but they're going in my packed luggage, and
They're fun, but they're what I use for work.
and this dude goes, "Do you know what we do to our wives who don't listen?"
Oh my god.
And I was like, no, I don't. Please put my stuff away. They are busting out laughing over their hilarious joke, which is not funny at all.
Right.
And I'm like, get me home.
Right.
Like at the end of those trips, you're like, just get me.
Did they put the knives back?
Put the knives right back, put me right on the plane.
Wow.
And like my chef buddies were like, what happened over there? I was like, let's get some coffee first. Like, I don't even want to talk about this. So nothing crazy with
That's pretty crazy.
participants, but just like the traveling.
Yeah.
That's always like,
I never thought about that. Like a traveling chef traveling with a bunch of cooking knives. Like that's a thing. You're going to have to do that at some point.
You're
knives.
checking them, right?
Yeah, you check everything. You know, they want you to bring stuff. I mean, sometimes you got to pay shipping and ship stuff down there. Everything's on the internet now. So if I need knives and cutting boards in California, I could just order them right out there.
Yeah, or you can probably rent them too, I would imagine.
You can rent some things. I have just been lucky to travel.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest part is when you
that
can,
sounds like awesome.
when you can travel. And that's the great part about being a musician as well. You know, you're like a little rock star.
Yeah. Well,
And it feels, even if you're just going to Ocean City for a gig or something like that,
Yeah.
you're an out-of-town musician. People treat you a little bit differently.
It's very true. It's like you get a whole different level of engagement and respect just from being out of town. It's like,
I mean, you know, you've played music locally, and then you could come up to Baltimore, and people be like, oh, you're bigger because you traveled. And, you know, I'm a cooler chef, I guess, because I've traveled and does these things. But I guess with all of those things, if you don't make the connection with people, it's not there, man.
So what do you got going on like now? Is there anything coming up? You got any big events coming in the next few months?
Like I said, I booked this really cool, you know, well-paying gig in Orlando. So like that'll happen over the summer. I'm booking stuff now for 6 months down the road.
Yeah.
Which is a great place. You know, it's a super place to be. You know, just as far as, you know, music, you know, taking care of the family, making sure my schedule is filled enough, you know, to pay the bills. And I think it's people want to get rich and they want to do all this stuff. And like at 45, you're like, man, if we could pay the bills doing art,
Yeah.
that is a huge success. I think it's more of a success than, you know, maybe working for a hedge fund or being a lawyer and you're making big money but not enjoying your work at all.
Right. Yeah.
What I'm working on right now is I started, I don't know if I guess maybe I was living with you, or I was just kind of, this is like 2001. I started writing a novel. So I'm finishing a novel right now. I just got it back from the editor. It's been 25 years in the making.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't remember that.
I literally, I think it was maybe just after living with you. I just started writing ideas on a piece of paper, and it turned into a 300-page novel.
Wow.
25 years later.
What's that about?
It is a comedic, psychedelic, conspiracy thriller. And it just has to do with like government conspiracies and like psychedelics. And I was like, I always wanted to make a movie. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of novels. You read like Dan Brown, Jack Reacher. If you read enough of these books, if you listen to enough music, you start saying, I can write a song. If you watch enough videos on cooking, you can say, I can cook that. Do you guys read it all?
I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
All right. I think it counts.
Yeah.
But at some point, you see how the stories are structured.
Yeah.
You watch enough comedy movies and you read enough books, you're like, I can make one of those.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do in college, like music college? You analyze a bunch of music, you know what I mean? It's like you're listening to it with an intent of what's going on. And if you
hopefully to create your own.
Well, yeah, exactly. But like you're like, what makes this work, right? And it's just studying what exists.
And it's like a math problem. It's just a step by step. So I wrote this story. It is so. I just got it back from the editor yesterday.
Do you have a name for it?
It's called The District of Columbia right now, but we might change it up. But I was like, I just wanted somebody to read it and tell me if it makes sense. I think it does.
Okay.
And the editor was like, it does make sense. There's a ton. I mean, there's probably 1,000 notes in this thing. I have to go back and redo the whole thing. But I just wanted a story that makes sense, like the stories that I read. You know, you read a book, you're like, I can make that. You know, I watch TV shows. I can make a TV show. Make a song. I can make a song. So it's just another one of those, like, a creative outlet. So I'm going to spend, while running my business and cooking my kids dinner and going to lacrosse practice, I'll spend an hour a day chipping away. What I found out is if you spend an hour chipping away at something, at the end of 6 months, you're going to have
for sure
something. I don't know if it's good or not, but you'll have something. And I think the making of something is better than the making of nothing. But my book's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And I'm excited. Will it sell anything? I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother thing. That's the business aspect of it. And I'm learning more about that now. But that's kind of my main creative focus. And if other clients need recipes, and I'm going to go to food shows and I'm going to do all this stuff for other people, that brings the money in.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling. But always having these little projects that I chip away at. I want to make an album. Cool. Well, you need a song. I don't have a song. Well, you need a chorus.
Yeah.
You need a lick. Come up with a lick. Make a verse.
What band are you playing with right now?
This is so funny. I'm playing with a Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute band called Soul to Squeeze. And we're playing up in Baltimore. We're having fun. We're not gonna. They already have the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're already very famous. So if we're just having fun and putting smiles on people's faces, and I get out to a bar, and I have my little beer, and I'm home by 11. I'm happy.
You guys are booking gigs.
Yeah. And then I play in another group, and this is just in the basement, but it's literally like we are a dad band. And like, you don't know you're in a dad band until you're in a dad band, right? Until like, the guys are like, oh, I can't practice because I got to take my kid to college, or like, it's like, what's a dad band play? Well, we play music from the 60s, the 70s, and that's where it stops.
Yeah.
So it's like, you play, it's Tom Petty and it's Bob Dylan, it's Grateful Dead, and it's super fun, classic tunes to play. And I think sometimes just being in a band and hanging out with some people and you're creating, you've been in band practice. What's half of band practice? Just bullshitting with people.
Yeah.
I don't go out and drink heavily, and I don't do that. So when you have some guys come over and we get some hot dogs going and have a beer, and 3-4 hours pass and we've had a great time, productive, being creative. Sometimes we're just each other's therapist.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I'm having a horrible time. Well, you got 4 people to listen to you. And so that's been very fun because, I don't know, I like all those songs.
Yeah, man.
Playing the classics. But you know what? You can make a couple bucks doing that too.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you can. People want to hear that stuff.
And that's, if you can make $100, and I'm sure you make, I would hope you make more than $100, but I'm the drummer in a band. There's 4 guys in the band.
Yeah.
You get $400 or $500 and you got to split it 4 ways.
Yeah, that's one thing about Baltimore. You mentioned like playing in Baltimore. I've looked into that a little bit over the years, and I think it's just because there's so much music, so many musicians that the venues don't pay a whole lot.
Yeah, they don't pay a whole lot. But from my perspective, we used to play at a place called Mick O'Shea's, really cool Irish pub in Baltimore. And we played once or twice a month there, and we're playing 60s, 70s, playing house music, hip hop, reggae, everything. I mean, we're playing freaking "I'm the lineman for the county." We're like going back into the hallways of country music.
Yeah.
And I found it was so I'd get $100, maybe I'd get $50, but it's a night out. I had young kids at the time. It was a night out, free Guinness, free cheeseburger, nice people to hang out with. Mm-hmm. And then you go home. Like, I was never one to go to a bar to drink. It's boring. Mm-hmm. I want to be on stage. Mm-hmm. I want to play music. So if I can have a beer and if I can have that experience but be productive and be active and bring home money.
Yeah.
You ever go out when you're young,
good
cats?
night,
Like,
right?
I spent $200 at the bar. It was like a badge of honor to spend. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't spend money at bars. They pay me to be there. They give me food and drinks. And I was like, you get a drive home and stuff. So like, you can't get hammered. Right. I found now with music that, having a buzz while playing music takes away from it.
Yeah.
And I found myself, even though the little shot in the Guinness or something like that, like, oh, I'm not that good.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how we tend to think the opposite, though, Or
well, I think
I used to anyway.
Yeah, when you're young.
Yeah.
And then you're the singer. It's like, how many singers do you see smoking cigs?
Oh, yeah. A ton.
And you're like, oh, dude, you'd be and that's like trying to tell people what to do.
Right.
So being in a dad band and going to an art festival in the city for a couple hours, my friends can come. They can bring their kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an event, right?
It's an event. We have a great time.
It doesn't cost
I make
you
$100. I mean, $100 is not a lot of money. It pays for something.
Yeah.
But you have fun with your friends and you build and you grow.
Yeah, man.
And that's just like, I would trade all the cooking stuff in for music.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you could just play music all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody in my life knows that. And now you guys know that. They're like, but the cooking, I'm like, oh, no, I want to be.
You want to be a rock star.
I want to be a rock star.
I hear you,
That's
man.
never left me. It truly has just never left me.
Yeah.
And I think through my activities, my work, and I can be a rock star.
Yeah, right.
Kinda
I mean, you don't have to
integrated
play
it,
music to be
Yeah.
a rock star. And I'm sure that desire to like be on stage and perform has helped you be in front of the camera and perform with the cooking stuff.
Yeah, the biggest thing, and you'll hear actors say it all the time because they have the experience. They're like, oh, it's so nerve-wracking. I'm like, oh, no, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care. When they count down to go live on television, like, I'm bullshitting with these people.
Yeah.
They only see, when they go to camera, they only see us laughing and having a good time.
Right.
So the less being ultra prepared and the less you care not care about what happens, but
Yeah.
the less you care about messing up,
Less self-conscious. You can
less self-conscious, and that comes with experience. But I've always said if I have something to talk about, I can talk about food for hours. I mean, my personal, if I have, they give me 2 hours to do my shows. I can talk for 8 hours about food, everything. So if I just get up there and I don't care if something messes up, and I have my information, and if something derails, if a cord catches on fire, something burns, great. We learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Let's move back. But the less I care in the act, even with drumming,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
you can't be so nitpicky about stuff when you're drumming. You have to practice, and then you have to rock. And when everybody's doing that, when you're prepared, and then you go out and just throw it out there, I think the end product is so much better.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think what you're saying, it applies to any type of performance, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're, I might say, like, the less you worry about messing up, right? I mean, we all care. We want it to be a good performance. But yeah, if your mind is focused on, oh, this could happen, or this could happen, or what if this goes wrong, then you're doomed. You're not going to perform.
I'm always
well.
like, it's going to go wrong, and it has gone wrong.
Yeah,
So
right.
We're done with that.
And we're going to
Just
move
worry
on.
about what are people thinking of this right now, kind of thing. That can really.
I think that would happen during, when you're drinking during gigs.
Well, I think that's
Then you start getting in your own mind.
Well,
and you're like, this isn't good, dude.
Yeah, I don't. That's wild, because like I would think that a lot of people drink, or maybe even I did too back in the day, to quiet those voices, so that I can just, all right, I don't give a fuck now. I'm just,
Nah, I think that just makes you sloppy and dumb.
Well, I mean, yes, it does in hindsight, but I don't know.
Yeah, like being clear-headed, like doing my cooking shows and being clear-headed.
Oh, yeah.
Playing music.
It's so much
like
better.
you can, and God, you hear the musicians say it. I didn't think I could do this sober.
Right.
But now it's just like so much more potential is unleashed.
Yeah.
You're not in your brain thinking about a mistake you made or somebody's not enjoying the music. I don't care if you enjoy my music. I'm enjoying the music.
Yeah.
And when you see me enjoying the music, you enjoy the music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Just like when you're watching Chef Egg cook something, like you're enjoying that, you're having a good time, and it makes it more engaging and makes people
absolutely
enjoy it more.
So that's kind of where I'm at these days. Just let's rock. Let's be the rock stars that we always wanted to be.
Hell yeah.
But not only that, but like, let's be the best musicians. Let's be the most creative. Let's be the most, maybe technically always working on new stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's be the best collaborators. Let's be the best travel mates. Let's be the best that we can be at all of these things.
Yeah.
If everybody's doing that, it's so much fun.
It's an awesome perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah, dude. So where can people find you online? Like if they want to hire you to do some awesome cooking instructional classes or demonstrations, how do they get in touch with you?
You can go to chefegg.com. I got that a long time ago. So chefegg.com, all the Instagram and Facebook is Chef Egg, @Chef Egg. And I always tell people, if you have a cooking question, reach out.
Okay.
I'm not cooking because I don't have a knife. Great. Here's a link to a $12 knife. Keep it sharp and get cooking. Watch a video. It's free online. I have a new program coming out with my friend Joe about a whole cooking school.
Oh, yep.
Chef Egg's cooking school.
Reasonably priced. But
Reasonably priced, $69.95. No big deal. But I always tell people to reach out.
Yeah.
I will answer your question to the best of my ability.
What's the best way to reach out? Email?
Just go to Instagram, Facebook, or my website, and there's a contact button.
Okay.
Just send me an email, and I think it's cool. Like people reach out to you, like
yeah, dude.
I'll probably reach out.
Yeah, reach out. Because I'm always here, and once the barrier is broken down for you, it's off to the absolutely off to the races with what you can accomplish for yourself.
You probably get a lot of, I'm sure it's rewarding when you get people that are like, man, I never thought I could cook this, and you really helped me out. Now
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this last story. I got brought into my daughter's old school in the city for like a career day, and you know, you get brought into career day, you're like, oh god.
Yeah. The kids are like, oh my god.
No, they like it. I put on a little show for the kids, but you know, it's a half a day you're not getting paid, and you're like, but you have to go and do those things. It's a it's a marketing opportunity.
Sure,
that's what it is. I'm talking to this teacher. We're catching up. She's like, I could never cook. Never in my life. I've got 3 kids and a husband. Nobody could ever teach me how to cook. I said, if you give me 4 hours of your time, I'll have you be the best cook of your life ever. Give me 4 hours. And I was like, and it's $500. This is a couple years ago. I've raised my prices.
Yeah.
Because I saw what my services have value.
I'm sure like one-on-one coaching like that.
Yeah.
Really
but I was like, it's $500. It's a full day. And after that, if you want to do this, you'll be doing it. I mean, you should see her Facebook now. It is, I've been back to her house 3 times.
Yeah.
I had to teach her mom. I had to teach her brother. $500. Excuse me. And that showed me that I could teach a teacher, which was big for me because, you know, teaching a teacher is a whole nother thing.
Oh, yeah.
We took it step by step. We took it nice and slow. You should see what this lady is. I told her what magazines to get, what cookbooks, and we went through the whole thing. And this lady's a magician in the kitchen right now. This is like maybe 3 years ago.
That's awesome.
And she is a magician. And I mean, her husband's like, yo, thank you. Like, this is like,
Yeah.
The kids are like, dude, this is incredible. You know, mom not only taught her how to cook, but I made her enthusiastic about the cooking process and having fun in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's not fun for some people, but I can help them find the fun.
Well, once you like realize you can do something that you thought that you couldn't do,
It's awesome.
it is awesome. It's a great feeling, and it makes it fun. You know, it makes people. It sparks that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at these days, and keep on having fun, keep on having adventure.
Oh yeah, man. Well, dude, thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.
It's great to see you again.
Good to meet you.
Lots of interesting stuff, and yeah, I know that I'm going to be reaching out to ask you how to make my smash burgers better.
I'm sure you make really good smash burgers, dude. That's an easy one,
Yeah,
and
easy one.
really
Gotta
effective.
smash them. Really
Dude,
smash them.
One last little story.
Yeah.
My wife had her sister and her family come over for dinner. I'm like, I'm gonna make smash burgers outside on the. I got a plancha, a big cast iron for the grill. So I get all my stuff together, get the potato rolls, the American cheese. Like I got onion sliced, I got everything. Toasting off my bun, just like all the steps. We make these burgers. The kids house them just immediately. And then my sister-in-law was like, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, oh, what? I'm sorry. Like, what's wrong? She's like cussing at this point. She's like, how the fuck haven't you been making this? She's like, I known you 15 years. You never made this for me.
Right.
And to get somebody when they start cussing like that, because they are pissed that like these smash burgers, I was like, oh, well, yeah, they're becoming very popular now. And usually I make a big patty but these, I just bought the griddle and the whole thing. I was like, I needed some time.
You're like explaining yourself.
Yeah. And I was like, but smash burgers are fucking delicious.
They are. They're awesome. Yeah.
And to be able to make them at your home, it's not $20 at the store.
Right.
It's $5.
Yep.
And that's the magic of learning how to cook, y'all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
But thank you for having me, y'all. It's awesome.
Man. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
man. Good to see you again, bro.
Let's not have it be 20 years.
No. Let's catch up sooner than that.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.